What if your home, the one place meant to keep you safe, wasn't empty? For centuries, people around the world have reported terrifying experiences inside their own houses, unexplainable sounds, moving objects, ghostly figures, and something far worse, the feeling of being watched. Tonight we explore real accounts of people who lived in haunted houses, not legends, not movies, but true stories told by ordinary people who survived extraordinary fear. Turn down the lights, put on your headphones, because these stories happened in real homes. 1. The house that never slept. In 2014, a family of 4 moved into a quiet suburban home in Ohio. The neighborhood was peaceful, and the house looked perfect. Nothing seemed unusual until the first night. At exactly 3:07 a.m., the father woke up to the sound of footsteps above his bedroom. The problem: no one was upstairs. Night after night, the sounds continued. Doors opened on their own, cabinets slammed shut. The mother began finding furniture slightly moved every morning. Their youngest daughter started talking to someone named the Tall Man. She said he stood in the corner of her room and watched her sleep. When the family installed security cameras, they captured something chilling: doors opening by themselves and a shadow moving across the hall when a person visible. They moved out 6 months later. The new owners left after just 3 weeks. 2. The woman in the mirror, a college student in London, rented a cheap apartment in an old Victorian building. Everything seemed normal until she noticed something strange about her bathroom mirror. Every night, after showering, handprints appeared on the fogged mirror, but they weren't hers. One night she wiped the mirror clean before sleeping. Around 2 a.m. she woke up with an overwhelming feeling of dread. When she entered the bathroom, the mirror was fogged again. This time, a message was written clearly: "Don't look back." Terrified, she turned around anyway. She saw a woman standing behind her, pale, silent, and staring. When she screamed, the figure vanished. She broke the lease the next day and later discovered the previous tenant had died in the apartment under mysterious circumstances. 3. The basement voices. In rural Canada, a man inherited his grandfather's farmhouse. The house was over 100 years old but well maintained. The only problem was the basement. From the first week, he heard whispering voices coming from below, unintelligible and constant. At first he blamed pipes or animals. One night he recorded the sounds. When he played the audio back, the voices became clear. They were repeating his name. Terrified, he brought in a paranormal investigator who discovered the basement had once been used as a makeshift morgue during a 1918 influenza outbreak. Dozens of bodies had been stored there. The man sold the house shortly after. The voices were never heard again by him. 4. The shadow that followed. A couple in Australia purchased a historic home at a surprisingly low price. Within days, they noticed shadows moving along the walls even in full daylight. The shadows didn't belong to anyone. Worse, the shadows followed them from room to room. Their dog refused to enter the hallway and would growl at empty corners. At night, the couple felt pressure on their chests, as if something was sitting on them. One evening, the wife woke up unable to move. A black figure stood at the foot of the bed. It leaned closer and whispered her name. After a priest blessed the house, activity slowed but never stopped. They moved out within a year. 5. The final warning. Perhaps the most disturbing story comes from a family in Texas. Their house showed no signs of haunting until their teenage son began sleepwalking. He would stand in the hallway at night, staring at the wall. One night, his parents followed him. In a deep, unfamiliar voice, he said, "You shouldn't have stayed." Moments later, all the lights in the house shut off. The family left immediately and never returned. Later, neighbors revealed that multiple families had moved in and out of that same house. It's reporting similar experiences. Closing. These are not ghost stories told around campfires. These are real accounts from people who lived in haunted houses, people who experienced fear where they should have felt safe. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing is certain: some houses remember, and sometimes they don't want you there. Would you stay in a haunted house if it was cheap? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe for more true horror stories. And remember, if your house feels empty, make sure it really is.